Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fat Cat Tech. Today, I'll be reviewing the Vivitar DVR 508N HD. This is a small camcorder, probably made for people who are just getting into videos, or, for the kids. It doesn't have very many features, but one feature it does have over other camcorders that are even more expensive than it, is that it actually has a video light, which is kind of interesting. So first off, I'm gonna go over some of these outside appearances and such. The first thing that is noticeable is that the plastic quality is, if you listen, it's cheap plastic. The buttons are also very cheap. Long story short, it's a very cheap camcorder. You have your AV out and your USB. Here's where you insert your batteries. And something interesting about this is it takes 3 AAA batteries, but you can see it has this weird little piece of what looks like some kind of strap. Be careful when you're putting the batteries in, because that can actually get in the way of the batteries, and it will keep your camera from turning on, and you may mistake it for being broken. Right here you could see you could see the super tiny microphone there. It's not very good quality as far as a microphone goes. Right below your video light. Here's a useless piece of silver plastic. And that's your lens there on the front. It's very tiny. Very buried inside the decorations around it here, as you can see, that aren't actually all that necessary. This button here with a camera on it is your recording button, and it also doubles for taking pictures. And here you have your mode button. Even though it looks like a menu button, it actually goes between picture mode and video mode. Your power button, when you press this down button here, it will set your upload functions. And then this is a quick scene selection button, so if you press this, it will open up the scene selection. Light and delete, and that's your OK button. There's your speaker, built-in speaker. Obviously not going to be that great, as with most built-in speakers. And this is your zoom controls. The zoom is 4 times digital zoom, and I've noticed that it is very sporadic. As you can see, here's the bottom. Normal tripod thread, of course, and SD card. So let's go ahead and turn it on, and we will go over some of these menus. So here we are. Here's the first look, and as you can see on the screen, it is very laggy, which is an unfortunate thing. Now, as you can see, if I press this button, you get your scene selections. And there's auto, scenery, portrait, night scenery, night portrait, high sensitivity, sport, beach, party, and that's it. And I'm sure those all do different things. There's the button to turn on the light, which is not too dark. It's a pretty good video light. Trash button. Obviously, this is it's empty. Guess I'll go over the menu now. So you can set your image size between 1920 by 1080 full HD, which don't get fooled by that. I tried it out, and it's not really. It's very fuzzy. It's kind of I'm trying to think of a word, but I don't know what the word I'm trying to think of is. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I want to say muddy. You'll see it when I get to it. It's not really, it doesn't look HD. And then there's 1280 by 720, which is pretty much the same deal with the one above, and 640 by 480, which is probably an okay option. Image quality, fine, super fine, or normal. White balance, daylight, cloudy, incandescent, fluorescent. Oh, that's it. For some reason I half expected there to be more. Color effect, obviously it's going to be sepia, monochrome, and vivid, as per usual with color settings on camcorders. Image sharpness, sharp, normal, or soft. and your light exposure. Don't get very much customization with that, but ISO 100 to 400. Metering, multi, spot, or center. Language, and date and time. Auto power off. Your frequency for 60 or 50 hertz, NTSC or PAL. And then you can format your memory card. And then there's your firmware settings. The screen on this camcorder is very small. It is only about, I'd say, 1 inch tall maybe by 1¼ inches wide. So that's the basic overview of the Vivitar DVR 508 NHD. And now I'm going to show you the video footage of the recording. So this is the recording test of the Vivitar DVR 508 NHD, and as you could see what I was talking about with it being kind of fuzzy, and you can also hear that the audio quality is not that great. So here's what I was talking about with the zoom being kind of weird. You could see what I'm talking about with that. Hey buddy, what are you doing? This is going to be a test of the video light. So as you can see, that is the video light. This camera has very poor low light performance. A normal camera would be able to pick that up pretty well, but this camera is not doing a very good job of that. So this is the camera in full 1920 by 1080 HD mode, and I'm now going to switch it to 1280, what is it, 1280 by 720. Alright, it's now on 1280 by 720, and as you can see, I guess it looks different, I don't know. The screen on this camera is very small, so it's kind of hard to tell the difference, but maybe you can see it with the smaller details. It does have a fixed focus lens, so you're not going to be able to get any smaller shots of anything. I'll now switch it over to 640 by 480. So as you can see, it's now in 640 by 480, and the video actually looks like it's smooth, almost like it's going 60 frames per second. So, I mean, it might be. I'll have to check and see that in post. So that's pretty neat. Not exactly sure what I would do for a color test. So here is SMPTE bars, NTSC format, and this is still in 640 by 480. I forgot. Here's the SMPTE bars in 1920 by 1080. Not sure if there's going to be any type of difference there, but there it is. But that is the Vivitar DVR 508 NHD. I guess if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and hopefully I can answer them. And if there's anything I can improve on, just, go ahead and let me know, because I'm just starting out doing this. And, yeah. So, what rating would I give this camcorder? Well, if we take everything into account, it's small, the plastic's cheap video quality kind of thing, so 4 out of 10, I say. 4 out of 10. Would I recommend it for a kid's first camcorder? No, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend something along the lines of a flip video camcorder. Those are pretty good. If you want your kid to enjoy their first camcorder, then get them a flip cam. Not to mention the videos are a lot easier to get on your computer. That is it for this review. I will see you in 2 weeks with the next one.